Hey there, guys, gals, non-binary pals. Okay, so hopefully this will be the second last update video before I get back to something approaching normality. So I have a lot of news today, and I have a favor to ask from all of you. So, okay, last week actually, I finally got to see a neurologist. She was lovely. Her whole team were lovely. I have never come away from a consultation ever so comfortable and so happy with the result. I now have a solid diagnosis of chronic severe migraine. Apparently I have classic migraine. Also the possibility of cluster headache, which I already knew. I've been started on a new medication, Cibellum, which I'd never heard of before. Apparently Migraine is so old it's basically not used anymore, which actually makes sense because it was already a fairly well-established medication when I used it first when I was 14, which was, God, that was a long time ago. I think that was like 20 years ago or something like that. Ridiculous. Hang on. What's 14 for 40? That was 30 years ago. 30 freaking years ago. So, yeah. I'm also on 900 mgs of aspirin per day, once a day in the afternoon. And you know something? It doesn't do a lot for the migraine, but I actually get a couple of hours in the afternoon where I'm not in screaming pain, and it's quite pleasant. I wouldn't want to be taking that much aspirin all of the time because I'd worry I'd never stop bleeding when I inevitably cut myself, on something incredibly sharp like a rolling pin. But for now, it seems to be working. I don't know if it's having a bad effect on my stomach or not. It's taking time to figure that out because my Crohn's is very active at the moment, unsurprisingly, because everything else has gone to pot. So, that's good. Even if those don't work, I have other options. There is the possibility of Botox to essentially deaden the nerves across here and at the back, which would be... I'm not sure about that. I have my issues with Botox. There's a nerve block I've been offered as well, which I'm seriously considering. Basically, steroids combined will look anesthetic back here. I'm in two minds about that because my hair is going to go short again at some stage, and it will probably lead to two rather sizable bald spots at the back. I don't know. The other option are these infusions. One of them is magnesium. I can't remember the name of the other, but I know it was a steroid combined with something else. They're kind of the last chance as far as I understand it. And I'm going to be having an MRI very soon, actually, I think. She really wanted to get moving on this. I have a lot of bad things I can say about Tala Hospital. Like a lot of bad things I can say about Telehospital, but their neurologist is nothing short of wonderful. I don't have words for just how great she is, and I walked in fully expecting to have the traditional, you're trans, it's all down to your gender, or you have PTSD, it's all down to that, or it's all in your head. Now, obviously, I have migraine, so it is all in my head. Well, it's not all in my head, but a lot of it's in my head. But it's real. And being told that it's real made such a big difference. I'm actually happier because I'm like, okay, I have this, and I don't have to worry about what I have, and I don't have to worry about convincing doctors anymore because they believe me. She believes me. And my GP is fantastic and has always supported me with my migraines. So, very lucky. Winter. There's no significant change with winter. She's having more good days than bad at the moment, which is great. Her form is somewhat better. She's a bit more the happy, waggy tail dog as she always was before. She still has her bad times, and when she has them, they're quite scary, but she's a 12-year-old Beagle, and she's a giant for a Beagle. So at this point, it's sooner rather than later, and I'm just enjoying every minute I can have with her when she's not asleep or snoring or underneath the table or hiding in the corner. But every minute I can get with her, I'm having with her, and she's playing a bit more, and I think she kind of is having a second puppyhood. which is nice. Next step is we have to bring her in, I think overnight, but I'm not certain, for another test to figure out if it is pituitary or adrenal. We're pretty sure she does. I can't remember the name of it now. Cullings? Cunnings? I don't remember. Anyway, the syndrome that she probably has, well, there were blood tests sent off to UCD, and they're pretty sure it's pituitary. They're pretty sure she has it, but we need to do a much more effective diagnostic test to make sure. So we've already decided that if it's a case of she can have chemo or whatever, she's not having it. Winter wouldn't cope well with that, and we wouldn't cope well with that. Winter also hates being in the car, I mean, to a ridiculous degree. I have once upon a time spent 2 hours sitting in a puddle of piss, puke and shit because she hated the car so much. All the way down to Cork. And then again, all the way back from Cork. So, yeah, winter cars, she wouldn't cope well. So, if worst happens, we're going to manage her pain for as long as possible and try and get the vet to come out to the house and say goodbye. And I'm not going to think about that because I'm going to start crying again. But overall, she's okay. She's winter. Now, channel news. I am going to try and get back to work this week. I'm not really any better, but I'm after adjusting to what my new normal is yet again. And after having a very long discussion with my therapist and an even longer discussion with a friend of mine who is a neurosurgeon in the UK, she doesn't treat me, she just advises me, and she's quite a good friend. So I actually do trust her judgment in this implicitly. They both feel, and I have come to agree after a lot of thought, that I need to cut back. My problem is I love doing lots, and I can't. I just can't. And I know it intellectually, but inner me is like, but you could do this 4 or 5 years ago. You could do, like, I was doing 14 videos a week. You know, you can do this, but I can't. I can't do that anymore. I think this week in particular, the last 7 days, I realized I'm 44. And my health is not likely to improve very much, if at all. It's actually far more likely to disimprove. And I have other things I want to do with my life that are equally important to me. For example, I have a woodworking channel I'm working on. That's one of the big things coming up in the next 12 months. Back there is finally shaking up into a workshop. I also have a webcomic I've been working on solidly now for 4 years. It's basically ready to go. I've found a hosting site. I've picked an awful lot of stuff. I'm just kind of narrowing in on the character styling and what have you. So I want to get that done. I want to do it. It's a story that's been in my head for a long time, and I want to tell it. So I'm going to do 3 gaming videos a week on this channel. And that's it. No specials, no... I also want to stream. Maybe twice a week for a couple of hours. Probably Space Engineers or No Man's Sky or something like that. Something that I can chat with people while I play it. But, you know, I can't do it. I just can't do it. And the problem is at the moment I have 3 series running. I have Dark Souls, which is a platinum run. I have Bloodborne, which is trying to frickin' finish the game at long last. And Elden Ring. So, if you go into the description, you'll find a link to my Twitter account. On my Twitter page, you will find a link to a poll on Twitter. The choices are either I keep going with Dark Souls 3, I keep going with Bloodborne, or I keep going with Elden Ring. At this point, I don't really care which. But ye do. And this channel is really for my friends and always has been. So sound off. Comment below. Poll. Let me know. The poll will be live for probably the next 72 hours, and then I will go based off of that. And you will be making this decision, because I can't choose between them, because none of them appeal to me more than the others. They're FromSoft games. I wish I could do all three, and I will finish all three. I'll literally do them in sequence, and I won't look at anything extra or anything new for the channel until they're done. But if I'm going to keep going, and if I'm going to be able to keep this channel going, I need to cut back. Now, I'm not going to cut back the number of videos as such, because I'm actually going to start recording more vlogs. I have a list of about 300 vlog topics that I want to cover. So I have lots of ideas for vlogs. Actually, one of the ones I'm really looking forward to is why the current Russian main battle tank has a fatal flaw, which is costing them a lot, and it's going to be almost impossible to reverse. If you're into your military hardware, you probably know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I need to cut back, because I'm making myself sick, and I'm making myself stressed, and I don't have it in me to deal with that anymore. So please let me know below, let me know on the poll, preferably both, but either will do. And in 3 days time I'll record another video, and that will be the final decision, and then I will go on from there. The 3 gaming videos a week will probably be Monday, Wednesday and Friday, or Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Again, let me know which you'd prefer, because yeah, I just don't have it anymore. So hope you all have a great day. I'll be back again really soon. Be good, and bye for now.